Hey guys, I'm going to show you a little bit into CapCut and kind of how it works and the editing features and the main editing features I think you should know when doing Amazon reviews. CapCut is a really great editing software app, whether or not you're just editing a review or any type of video. But it's important to note that there is a lot of features in it that you don't need for your Amazon reviews because your Amazon reviews are supposed to feel more authentic and not like an ad, so you don't want to over-edit them. But it is good to know how to use some of the features for just the simple edits that you do want to do. So I'm going to show you a little bit into it. So when you click on the CapCut button, you're going to obviously download the app in your app store and create an account. It's actually free, which is really nice. They do have a pro option, which I have, but I don't recommend getting it if you're just doing Amazon reviews. If you're doing more editing, then it's something to consider. But in general, I wouldn't waste your money on it. So when you go into the app and you create your account, you're going to click Add New Project, and you're going to click on your video that you recorded. So I'm just going to click this video for this example. So there are 3 main features I'd want to say that are probably the most important features that you need to know that you're going to probably use at least once in your video review journey. And that is the select, delete, and split button. So to select your clip, you just click on your clip. That's literally all you do. You just tap on your clip and look, I selected it. And then the next button is the split button. So the reason you want to use the split button is to get rid of any pauses in your video or any unwanted clips in your video. So let's say you're rambling on in your video and you don't want that in your video, then you want to delete that out. Or let's say that you just have an awkward pause for a while because you can't think of what to say. You're going to want to delete that out because it kind of just makes your video drag on and gets the viewer kind of bored. So it's really good to try and edit that out when you can. So for example, at the beginning of this video, as you can see, I'm kind of just like standing here. I'm not talking yet. I don't want that in my video. So I'm going to delete that. And by doing that, I'm going to split it. So I'm going to find right before I start talking, and I'm going to split the clip. So now it's 2 clips, as you can see. At the bottom here, I'm selecting 2 different clips. So I'm going to take this left clip and I'm going to delete it. You want to make sure you have the right clip selected when you click the delete button at the bottom, because if you don't, then, well, I'll show you what happens. So if you don't, let's say I selected the wrong clip and I click delete, it's gone. What do? I just click this back button. It's kind of in the middle right of your screen. You're going to click the back button there, and it's back. And there's also a, get your clip, how do you say that? Not redo and undo. Yeah, there's the redo and undo buttons. Sorry, I'm going to delete this first clip right here. Wow. And now I'm going to keep watching my video. I want all this. But look, I'm pausing again. I don't want this pause right here. So I'm going to split the end of when I talk right here. And then I'm going to find where I start talking again next. I'm just going to drag it slowly, split. And then I'm going to delete this middle clip. So now it kind of jumps into where I start talking again. So there's no pause in my video. Do you see what I'm saying there? So that's a really big feature that you're going to probably use over and over and over again in your Amazon review journey, especially because it saves you a lot of time. Let's say you film a video and you watch it and you realize you did something wrong and you don't have time to film it again, or you're not home, or whatever the reason may be. It's really nice to be able to just go in and edit it like this. You can do this in tons of different apps. CapCut is just my personal favorite app because I think it's the most user-friendly, especially for mobile. So you can also use this on desktop as well. I'm not super familiar with desktop, but a lot of people find that easier, so you may find it easier there. The next features, I'm just going to kind of do an overview of all the features on here now, but that's the main feature you're going to want to know. So let's see, the bottom, you can select your clip and you can do individual things to each clip, which is really nice. You're going to find that if you don't have any clips selected, then it's going to have kind of like an overview of things you can do. So I'm going to go over that first. When you have no clip selected, in the bottom left, there's that CapCut edit button, and that kind of just automatically selects your clip for you. I don't use that button. And then you have your audio button. This is how you can add music. So you can technically add any music to your video, but I do know that Amazon can be picky with certain sounds, depending on like where the sound came from. So you might need to do a little Google research on your song and make sure it's allowed on Amazon. But yeah, so if you do decide to add a song, you're going to click sound, you're going to find a song, add it. You can also drag it like wherever you want. And then you can tap on it and you can adjust the volume of it. I would recommend putting the volume really low, probably under 10, flashy toys are just so that you can still hear your voice in the video. You can also adjust volume of your clips if you tap on your clip and adjust the volume there. Loud flashy. But more often than not, you're probably not going to need background music. I wouldn't worry about it. But if it's a type of video that you feel like would do really well with background music, then totally add it. I add background music to my videos about 50% of the time. So then there's also the text button, so you can add text. The thing about Amazon, it kind of automatically adds captions onto your video for you, so you don't need to add text. I don't usually add text on my videos, but you can totally add text. It's up to you. I wouldn't get too crazy with the text if you do add it. I would keep it simple. Effects, you're not going to use effects for Amazon reviews. Overlays, you're probably not going to use that for Amazon reviews either. Filters, I wouldn't use filters either. Adjust, maybe. The only reason I would use adjust is if your video is like the lighting's bad and you want to try and make it look a little bit better quality. To do that, what I would recommend if you're very unfamiliar with editing pictures and videos, I would just click this auto adjust button and drag it kind of lower until you feel like it's like not too drastic like this, but a little subtle like this. Like this is about where I would leave it personally, and I would click check. And make sure you drag that to your entire video. When you click adjust, I'm going to show you something else with this adjust button because it can be confusing. But you can either drag this to the end of your video. Another way you can add it is you can tap your clip and you can click adjust and you can auto adjust it, edit it, and then you can click apply to all and it'll apply to all your clips. That's another way you can do it. Either way works. But yeah, so now my video, I'm going to delete this bottom one though, because now it has two filters on top. CapCut can be a little bit confusing, so I recommend sticking with the simple features I'm showing you just so you don't get too confused. And then maybe later on you can try and learn new features if you'd like. Stickers, you're not going to use stickers. Auto captions, you can use auto captions. That's just going to match the text to your voice, so it's going to add automatic captions on your entire video. You can also edit those auto captions. I'll show you a little bit into that, so you'll just click generate here. I'm going to show you a little bit into text editing, but not too much because it's honestly pretty simple to do the text editing in my opinion. And honestly, like I said, you want to usually keep it simple anyways. As you can see here, I'm going to click on this text button right here and I'm going to click style. And I can add a template, which is something I'd recommend because it's just easy and automatically applies it to all of your text. You can also click fonts and change the font. You can click style and change that. You can change the background here. Like there's so many things you can do with that. Like the opportunity is endless with text. But like I said, for Amazon reviews, you don't have to do anything too crazy, and you honestly don't have to do anything at all if you don't want to. Honestly, the rest of these buttons you're not really going to use. Aspect ratio, I mean, yeah. Honestly, none of that you're really going to need, but you can also select your clip. You can adjust the volume here, the speed of it. really, like, there's so many things you can do, and you'll kind of notice as you're in CapCut all the little things you can do. My biggest recommendation is going to be to just kind of play around with it and test things out yourself. That's how I figured it out. I've never had anybody teach me how to use CapCut. I've just figured it out myself. So don't be afraid to kind of go in, put a video in, and just edit it for fun and get familiar with the software. But yeah, the split, edit, and delete button is the main features I recommend knowing, as well as adding music and text if you do decide to add that. And then in the top left here, you can click the upload button, and it's going to export and save to your camera roll. And that's it. It's pretty simple. You can always go back into CapCut and edit videos too, and it'll just automatically save your videos as well. So you don't have to worry about like continually saving your progress because it's always going to automatically save it.